Hello, I'm Sheila Hall. I had a hip replacement last year. Now, before I had my hip operation, I was very anxious about the procedure and the whole recovery process, especially because I live on my own. I'm so pleased I went ahead with my hip replacement last autumn, as it's made a tremendous difference to my mobility and taken away that horrible hip pain. Before the operation, my hip had more or less ground to a halt, and I was really struggling to move about with a stick, struggling round the farm, couldn't do my gardening. But now I'm enjoying walking about as much as I want round the farm, going for long walks, doing the garden, enjoying my swimming. It's made such a difference. It's such a good thing that I made that positive decision to have my hip replaced. After Mr. Dunco has done his clever carpentry, it's over to you as the patient to do what he and the physios tell you to do, and don't do the things they say don't do. Doing your exercises is the most important thing. It's absolutely critical to successfully recovering your mobility and being able to get back to normal routines again. I found that doing my exercises after I'd been sitting down for a while for a meal helped me make sure I did them 3 times a day. And I'm still doing that because it still makes a difference. Getting organised beforehand made it easier for me to cope with my recuperation on my own, made it more comfortable for me as a whole process. You can cope on your own after a period of support for a couple of weeks, and then somebody helping. You do need someone to help you with your surgical stockings for a few further weeks. A handy hint to help the person putting your stockings on is either to buy a slippy sock to put on your foot, or keep the plastic bag the stockings come in and put that on your foot to help them slip that surgical stocking over your foot. You can't bend down or stretch up high for a few months. So move the things that you're going to need for dressing, eating, washing and enjoying life to worktop level, or one shelf up or one drawer below worktop level. Door handles are really helpful places that you can hang things on to keep them within reach. All of these little preparation steps make life easier. It's a good idea to try living for a few days before the operation without bending, just to remind yourself the other things you need to move to get ready. The hospital will provide you with some aids to make life easier. For example, a helping hand and a long-handled shoehorn. But it's also worth thinking about things that you can borrow from others or buy that will also help you. For example, it may be aids to put your socks on, or long-handled sponges, or long-handled dustpan and brush. All of these things just make day-to-day living more comfortable when you can't bend. Initially, you'll be moving about with walking aids, either crutches or walking sticks in each hand, so you don't have a free hand to carry things. To make things life easier, it's essential then to have a bag, a crossbody bag, or a little rucksack to put things in as you move around the house, or when you're out and about. I found myself packing up a little picnic with a flask and some fruit or some cake in my little rucksack, so that I could enjoy morning coffee or afternoon tea sitting in a comfy chair in this living room rather than having to stay in the kitchen next to the kettle. Having some string to hand is a useful thing in your preparations, because if you put string loop handles on your walking sticks or other things like the helping hand, it means that you can easily park them on door handles or on taps and keep them within easy reach rather than them going on the floor. Also, I found that when I put the straps on the walking sticks, it meant I could hang the walking sticks from my wrists. So when I needed a free hand, say at a shop till, I wasn't dropping the walking sticks in the middle of the shop. But now I've had my operation, here I am able to walk about as much as I want, uneven ground, as long as I want, which is fantastic given its important part of looking after the farm is getting round the fields, getting over those stiles, So for anyone who has bad hips or bad knees, get in touch with the medical team. Get a plan for you. Get a plan to solve your problem, just as I did.